so I could really enjoy the victory, and such like that. But I think it's a work, it's a job, it's a motion of things.
Scholar, have people misconstrued where you are based on the lyrics of Defense, the Calypso? Because you hear people reacting, oh, you've left this, although I never knew you were a member of any party. But people misunderstood what you're saying. Particularly people on one side of the political fence.
I like how you put it. After the election last year, I took the break for Carnival last year, and people were up in arms because though I explained why I was taking a break, people were of the view that I was taking a break because I had nothing to sing. Because Kit Mitchell is gone, there's nobody to bash. So, and I'm a basher, so I have nothing more to sing. But I knew all along, these people, and I used to say it all the time, they have not followed me. From 93, I didn't meet Kit Mitchell in office. I met George Brizan and so on. And George Brizan used to take bashing since that time. So these people have not really followed me. If they had, then they would not have been surprised and they would not have painted me with this broad brush and they would not have labeled me. But in any case, I wanted basically to prove a point. And I say things as I see it. I do not pretend. I would not watch something that is black and say it is white. I can't do that. I'm a teacher by profession. I am employed with the government, but there are people, basically I believe that I'm a good teacher, and when I go to teach, I do my work to the best of my ability. I don't look for handouts from nobody. I'm not politically appointed or anything like that. So I do not have to keep myself in check. Nobody can make me keep myself in check. I see things, I sing it as I see it. And so when I looked at the NDC and their first year, I saw certain things that I thought wasn't right. And then coming from the speech that the Prime Minister had made in the convention, I thought, well, that was a nice way to bring some of the ills that I have already started seeing. And that was it. And the people who said that, because I heard that the song was played in the convention and dance and jump up, I could tell you for a fact that there were people who haven't spoken to me in years. Yes, they haven't spoken to me. They have not supported me, and all of a sudden, these people and them, they became my friends. People are saying, "Nah, that's kind of bad this year," and so on. But I was always thinking, all right, by the time the march got done, I'll turn your enemies again. And true to form, these same people, are my enemies now. I've heard, listen to Alan Campbell. Alan Campbell bigging me up on his program and so on, playing my music and so on. And 2 days after, I get me bashed from Alan Campbell again, irregular. We're back to the same old thing. So these people, you just have to, it's great to have done one song that was critical of the NDC, another song that was critical of the NMP. So what does that say?
But it gives credence probably to Teacher Eddie's song, that no matter who...
It's blows.
It's blows.
It don't matter who is blows. Whatever you do. And I wrote an article in the Grenada today last weekend, thanking some of the people who assisted me. And I thank the Prime Minister because he went out of his way basically to give me certain permission to use certain paraphernalia for my performances, and I went out of my way and I thanked him, but I also put in inverted commas that no matter I'm thanking you, but when you look for the blues will come. The blues will certainly come.
Okay. Who do you think would have been your strongest competitor in competition after they've announced the finalists? Who you thought then would have been your strongest competitor?
Beast, well, of course, Beast. You see, the thing about it is that, and people don't like to hear that, but even from now, you can safely say that, let's say Killa hadn't been the Soca Monarch. You can safely say from now that next year in the Soca Monarch, you will have certain people. You can say it from now, because you know what these guys have. You know what they bring to the table every year. Now, of course, there will be one or two little surprises. Some people will slip in, some people would grow and coming and so on, new blood and so on. But the core would always be there. To how you look at it, and no matter why how people don't like it, but there are what you call big stage people. People who are at home on the big stage, who have tasted victory before, they like victory, they like how it tastes, and they are coming back for more. There are these people. Beast is one of these people. Once you have Beast in a Calypso Monarch competition, then you know for a fact that you have your work cut out. It's no two ways about it. So even before, not even after I stepped off from the performance and whatnot, even before, since the season started and I heard Beast is coming back, I knew. I mean, one time, there is not a soca artist who could watch me in my eyes and tell me that when Killa is in a competition, or Specky is in a competition, or Talpri is in a competition, that they do not know that these guys will take some beating. They'll take some beating. I mean, regardless to what, because those guys are big stage fellas. And I knew that I had to beat Beast. I had to beat Beast, and I had to go out, pull certain tricks from out the closet, do things that maybe I have never done before. Because I've always said, I mean, I have 6 titles now, but I always credit the 6 titles to the fact that Jamu stayed out at some point in time during that time. Beast stayed out for a number of years. Maybe if Beast was around when I was winning, by now I might have had 4 crowns, Beast might have had 4. I'm not pretending that this is not so. You know? It is so, because once the guy gets on that big stage, and a Jamu gets on that big stage, and Black Wizard gets on that big stage, those guys are bad.
You said Beast and you may not have won all the titles. What about if Jamu was performing still?
Say that again.
What if Jamu was performing still because you won at a time when Jamu was not taking part?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a good thing that those guys are to took a break at some time. So I have had it very easy, and I wouldn't kid myself. I know that at some point in time, 96, they were all there. 97, Jamu had gone out again. That was 2 years that I won. And then 2005, Jamu was there. And then afterwards, Beast wasn't there. So between those 2 or 3 crowns, I've had it easy, basically. So, and not that I'm saying, because one thing I can tell you, and maybe Killa could attest to that fact, that once people like that, once they are in the competition, it drives you to do your best. You pull off all the stops. Maybe I might have been laid back and so on if Beast wasn't in the competition this year. But I knew Beast was there, so I'm rehearsing. I mean, I'm alone for the season. And praise God, I'm alone at home for the season. So I'm getting up like 2 o'clock in the morning, like a madman. I'm rehearsing. I'm writing. I'm doing stuff. Because I know that down the road, there's Beast. And it'll be hard to beat.
You have that feeling as well, Killa?
Well, I mean...
But not a beast, but...
Of course, as Killa explained it all. In the competition, there is people that you know, when they're in there, you have to, well, I always say you have to be shaky. They will have you shaky. You know, you will think about them when you wake up in the morning and say, "Oi, you understand? That man there on your back." You know, that is an ex-sword fighter. And like Inspector, he's a legend in the business, and he's an entertainer at heart. When he reach on that stage, no matter what he's saying, when he reach on that Soca Monarch stage, you have to know that, all right, Uncle Specky did, and you have to work hard to beat Uncle Specky. The same way now, my in the business, they are 2 very good artists. Doing Spark and Electrify, they've been creating steam, and you have to have that feeling. You must have that feeling that, hey, I have to go there and walk because, as you say, them men they down the road. But I mean, besides that, I just try to build my own drive, whereby I will wake up in the morning and I will take imaginary drive. When I use my imagination for drive. Sometimes I get my drive from different things, not just like the Soca Monarch alone. And as no matter what it may be. Sometimes I've seen a movie like 4 years ago that give me some sort of, some sort of feeling, like the same warrior kind of thing I have going on. Like when I saw Spartans, 300, you understand? I wake